As we wrap up Module 1, Bridge Communication Gaps, we'll begin looking at the three types of communication: defensive, supportive, and constructive. Defensive communication in a one-on-one or group setting will almost always lead to negative responses, likely leading to future conflict. Supportive communication, on the other hand, in a one-on-one or group setting, will almost always lead to positive responses, likely preventing future conflict. Let's consider how these two compare. In defensive communication, we might use evaluation, saying, "You don't understand," when speaking with a coworker. In supportive communication, on the other hand, we might use description instead. "It seems to me that there are still some issues that need to be cleared up." If we use defensive communication, we might say something like, "I want you to do it my way," using control. If we use supportive communication, on the other hand, we might take a problem orientation approach. Let's examine the situation and see if we can come up with some solutions together. If we use defensive communication, we might have an underlying strategy when we ask something like, "Are you busy Friday night?" A supportive communication approach, on the other hand, would be more honest and direct. "Would you be willing to babysit on Friday night?" In defensive communication, we might take an approach of neutrality regarding someone's success or failure. We might say, "Oh, I saw you got an award." In supportive communication, we would be more empathetic. "You must be so excited about the award. Congratulations." In defensive communication, we might tend to take an approach of superiority. "You can give me your input, but you're going to have to make a really good argument for me to change my mind." In supportive communication, we would be more equal in our approach. Let's weigh the pros and cons and come up with the best option. In defensive communication, we might use certainty. "You're going to regret taking on that extra project." Instead of provisionalism. "That extra project sounds like a lot of work, but maybe it will pay off in the end." Remember, supportive communication will almost always lead to positive responses and prevent future conflict. The third type of communication is constructive communication. Those who practice this form of communication are aware of social rules, practice face saving, are conscious of attribution bias and how this affects their decision. We'll learn more about this in the next module. Emphasize the problem and not the person. Listen to what others have to say and look for common ground. Practicing constructive and supportive communication can help to bridge communication gaps.